Hey there, John Stevens, pastor of Zion Lutheran Church in Oregon City, Oregon, and we're part of the ELCA. And welcome to Dollar Store Children's Sermons, where we take a look at the lectionary text and we tie it to an item from the Dollar Tree or from your garage, etc. This is an appendix, a bonus. Isn't that how it always is, like on the end of a DVD? Your bonus Marvel scene. This is a bonus springboard that I'm using for a children's sermon, and it's using the deck of cards, and we're talking about how lives seem orderly, like the deck of cards. Everything's facing one direction, everything's orderly, and then things can happen that cause chaos, cause our lives to be messed up. And that Jesus in the gospel lesson comes and brings order, healing, and to the people's lives, to the young girls' lives, to the woman that has been bleeding for 12 years, and to the parents and to those who are gathered. So I'll post the children's sermon that I did that connected to this all together. But I use, credits in Magic-wise. This is Sid Lorraine's Slop Shuffle. Sid Lorraine was a magician, and this is not a false shuffle. It is real. It's a way of mixing up the cards that it seems like it's a complete mess, but it doesn't. You restore it. So I'll show you how it's done. First of all, here I'll do it and then we'll go. So life is all together, facing one direction, but things happen. Things happen in our lives, and things are chaotic. We've got cards that are facing face down. We've got cards that are facing face up. We even have cards that are back to back, and life is chaotic. But Jesus comes in, as we see in the gospel lesson, and Jesus has a way of taking our chaos and bringing order to it, where the little girl is brought back to life, the woman is healed, and the parents, their lives are brought back to some sort of order, and Jesus has that way of bringing our life that seemed to be chaotic into order, using maybe a little bit different words, but that's the idea. So here is the slop shuffle. You've got your deck of cards, and you push off a few cards, maybe 6 or 8, it doesn't matter. It just packets, bunches of cards. You grab one, you turn it over, and you put it on top of the deck. And then you're gonna cut a little bit deeper, and you're lifting it up, and you turn that over, and come back, and you turn back, and I'm just pushing off a little bit of cards, and I'm seesawing this back and forth like this as I'm grabbing the cards. So the actual situation is you've got half a deck that's face up and you've got half a deck that's face down. So what I do at that point is, since they're face up and face down in there, there's a natural break right there. That's what we call it in magic terms. There's a break. And so I lift up the bottom and I say there's some cards that are face down. Lift up. There's some cards that are face up, and there's some cards that are back to back. So when I lift up at that, and if you can't get that break, you can actually look for it this way, but most of the time the cards are going to have a break. So you lift up and you kind of just put your fingers down and you lift up lightly, and it'll cut at that break. You're there, and you go, and some cards are back to back. When you show that, you're like this. You put these cards back on top, but you've turned them over, and what you've done is then you've righted the entire deck, and there you have Sid Lorraine's Slop Shuffle. And when I perform it, when I show it, it's good to just you're like this action here, and coming down on the deck. There's cards that are messed up left and right, and this here looks like a mess. You're holding it, it looks like a mess. You push it together and you say, I've got cards that are face down, cards that are face up, I've got cards that are back to back, and they're straight. All right, so that is Springboard for that, bringing order out of chaos and all of that. So, all right. Thanks.